Hey guys, Richard again. Today in this video, I am going to be talking to you guys about a different car today. Now, I'll be taking a bit of a break from driving laws and a bit of a break from Fast and Furious cars and just doing proper cars in general. Like everyday use. Like track days, drag racing, just using normally on the streets, for taking the kids to school and doing like errands with the car, like going to the store and like work and all that sort of stuff. But this one kind of is a few of those a little bit, but like for like the practicality and the school drop-offs and all that stuff, not as such. Today I'm gonna be talking to you guys about a supercar. So I'll be talking to you guys about a supercar from Italy. So, an Italian supercar I'll be talking to you guys about. Now this supercar has always been one of my favorites in the whole world. I have been dying to do this one for such a long time. And you guys probably wondering what car it is. I will just tell you the name of it. It is Ferrari. That's right, Ferrari. So, as you've seen like a couple months ago, I've done a couple videos on a few Ferraris. I've done the 2022 Ferrari Daytona SP3. That was a really good one. Then I did the 2017 Ferrari 812 Superfast. See a Superfast I done? Now, I am going to be doing another Ferrari. So this is like my, I think, third Ferrari I'm doing? I don't know, but I figured I'd do it. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. This is like one of my favorite cars in the world. I'll show you how it looks. Here it is. This is the car I'm talking about right here. So, yeah, one of my favorite cars in the world. Supercars are one of my best favorite supercars. The best supercar in the world. Like, I was like, for like a year, I was not into supercars, but then afterwards, I got back into supercars, so I'm now a supercar guy again. So, you guys probably wondering why, like, how this happened, of how I got out of supercars and then got back into them again. Recently, like, when I was, like, just about near, my last year of school, around 11th grade, or like year 11, back in like 2021, it was, that year was good. Everything settled down after the whole lockdown, situation, where we had to self-isolate. It was just dreadful. Basically, when I got back to school, like, I was still into supercars, but then I realized that supercars these days have like a lot of problems, like a lot of issues these days, like for parking and going over speed bumps, like, with them like having to like damage and dent the bodywork, scrape the paint off, like the front end as well, and like, like its maneuverability, like, it's just like shocking, like they're turning circles and their fuel tank capacity, luggage capacity, the price, and like, I don't know, to insure it, to buy the car, and to pay taxes onto it. Those are like the issues that I got with supercars. I mean, they look cool, but this was the main reasons why I moved on to JDM cars, because supercars these days do have problems, like they always do, really, like even the like early like the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s supercars these days in the early 2010s. So early 2010s, they've had like a bunch of problems. Others are like okay, like, but others are just a bit of a handful, like to live with from time to time, which is like a main problem for like even for like older supercars, you know, these days for like 70s, 80s wise, roughly around there. 90s they're alright, but the 70s and the 80s, yeah, they're a little bit like, I mean, they have like heavy clutches, heavy steering, and like it's just, you know, and their visibility is just terrible. God. So yeah, I mean, literally, it's just nuts. Others are like fine and they're well refined, so that's good. All right, we should probably get move on. All right, uh, today in this video, I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I didn't have time. But that's okay. Today in this video, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about another Italian supercar. I'll give you one hint. Well, it's from Ferrari. Now, recently I talked about a few Ferraris recently in a few of my videos recently. Oh god, I'm so tired now. The Ferraris I'm talking about, like, I talked about a couple of Ferraris. The ones I talked about is the Daytona SP3, which was 4 months ago. That was on the 8th of August. And then I did the Ferrari 812 Superfast 2017, and that was around August 16th. So that was 8 days after I did the Daytona SP3. I did that months ago. So yeah, so tired. Alright, now, today is like my third Ferrari I'm doing. The Ferrari I'm talking about is the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. I'll show you what it looks like. Here it is. This is the bad boy I'm talking about. This is like one of my favorite all-time supercars. One of the best in the world. Say the best in the world. Always has, always will be the best in the world. Alright, and it is a road car, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Alright, with that being said, without any further ado, before we start, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Let's get cracking. Let's get started. So, here we go. Ferrari SF90 Stradale. The Ferrari SF90 Stradale, type F173, is a mid-engine PHEV, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, which is not really interesting. What is interesting is the next part, sports car. There we go. But technically it is a supercar, but they still classify it as a sports car because it is sporty. So sports car or supercar, doesn't really matter. I call it supercar. So yeah, supercar produced by the Italian automobile manufacturer Ferrari. Or Ferrari. I just saying it in an Italian accent, just to show the Italians respect. Even though they can be a bit mad from time to time. It's like a reference from Top Gear. I think Italy used to be bankrupt in like early 2010s or something. I don't know, but I was also a reference from Top Gear. The car shares its name with the SF90 Formula One car, with SF90 standing for the 90th anniversary of the Scuderia Ferrari racing team, and Stradale, meaning made for the road. Alright, now we're going to do, as usual, overview. Here we go. Manufacturer is by Ferrari. Say overviews first, let's do it. Manufacturer is by Ferrari, obviously. The production year is from 2019 and it is present. Well, still the future. It's still in production. Assembly is in Maranello, in Italy. The designer is Ferrari Styling Center under the direction of Flavio Manzoni. He was born on January 7th, 1965 in Nuoro, Sardinia, which is an island in the Mediterranean Sea, in Italy. It's located west on the Italian peninsula. And Flavio Manzoni, born January 7th, 1965, say 1965 in Nuoro, Sardinia, is an Italian architect and automobile designer. He's the senior vice president of design at Ferrari from January 2010, and he has led in the creation of many Ferrari models, including the F12 Berlinetta in collaboration with Pininfarina, LaFerrari, the first hybrid of the Little Horse. Hybrid's not interesting at all. Also born from his pencil. And in 2014, he gained the Compasso d'Oro for the F12 Berlinetta project, together with Pininfarina and FSC, Ferrari Style Center. And Compasso d'Oro, which is Italian for Golden Compass, is the name of the Industrial Design Award originated in Italy in 1954. Alright, Flavio Manzoni. So the designer, Ferrari Styling Center under the direction of Flavio Manzoni. Body and chassis next. Here we go. The class is a sports car. Technically, it's a supercar still. Body style, two versions is the two-door Berlinetta and the two-door retractable hardtop convertible. The layout is longitudinal mid-engine and all-wheel drive. It's related to the Ferrari 488, Ferrari F8 Tributo, and the Ferrari 296 GTB. Powertrain is next. Here we go. The engine is a 243.5 cubic inch, 4-liter F154 FA twin turbocharged V8. For the electric motor, it has 3 electric motors, one mounted on the transmission and one on front of the each, and 2 at the front wheels, one on the left and one on the right. So there's one mounted on the transmission and one on each front wheel. The power output for the engine, it makes 574 kilowatts, 780 PS, 769 horsepower. Rounded up was like 770 horsepower. For the electric motors, it's 162 kilowatts, 220 PS, 217 horsepower. Rounded up is quite close to 220, like between 215 and 220 horsepower. For the combined power output, you get a total of 735 kilowatts, 1000 PS, 986 horsepower. Rounded up is quite close to like 1000 horsepower. Well, 990, but still getting quite close to like 1000 horsepower. It's crazy for 4-liter Ferrari. 1,000 horsepower is brilliant. I mean, you can get that from nowadays for like 4-liter cars, even with their twin turbos. You could get over like 1,000 horsepower from that. If you do like proper upgrades like the exhaust, intakes, turbos, intercoolers, ECUs, even clutch, all that kind of stuff. Brakes, suspension, tires, everything. Steering, the lot. And limited slip differential as well, and weight reduction for the car. Transmission is a 8-speed Magna 8 DCL 900 dual clutch gearbox. The transmission is an 8-speed Magna 8 DCL 900 dual clutch. Hybrid drivetrain is a PHEV or FEV, which stands for plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, which is not really interesting. It just is boring me to death. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, they're just terrible in every way. Always have been, always will be, but I mean, they're kinder to the environment, but still, I would not drive one. I promise you, I would never, ever, ever drive one. I'll just stick with supercars and other sports cars as well. The battery is a 7.9 kilowatt hour lithium ion. Rounded up as like an 8 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery, which is quite small. It's not really much of like juice there left. It's not much battery power for that. For the electric range, not quite good. 26 kilometers, which is like 16 miles. The dimensions are next. The wheelbase is 2,650 millimeters, which is 104.3 inches. The length is 4,710 millimeters, 185.4 inches. The width is 1,972 millimeters, 77.6 inches. The height is 1,186 millimeters, 46.7 inches. Now the curb weight, there's 3 versions of this car that have different curb weight types. For the standard one, it weighs around 3,527 pounds, which is 1,600 kilos approximately. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty good. So that's the curb weight for the standard one. The Assetto Fiorano edition, it's 3,461 pounds, which is 1,570 kilos approximately. And that is around 66 pounds, 30 kilos lighter. That's pretty good. So that's for the Assetto Fiorano. For the next one, the Spider, or the convertible version, 3,006. It's the heaviest here, 3,682 pounds, which is approximately 1,670 kilos. As for the convertible version, different ones have different prices. Next up, we got specifications. Now we got battery and driving modes. The car has a 7.9 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery for regenerative braking, giving the car 26 kilometers, 16 miles of electric range. The car comes with 4 driving modes, depending on road conditions. The modes are changed by the Imanatino knob. Can't even talk. Imanatino knob presenting on the steering wheel. For those who don't know what that is, the Imanatino knob is basically this one. This is the switch, which basically you can find this on the F430, even the Scuderia version, and the 458. And that dial allows for the quick and simple adjustment of the electronics governing the car's suspension settings, traction control, electronic differential, and changes the speed of the electronic gearbox. A similar control system was employed on the Ferrari Enzo, but used individual buttons for different settings rather than a single rotary switch. This is quite interesting. It's an E-Manatino knob present on the steering wheel. The E-Drive mode runs the car only on the electric motors. The hybrid mode runs the car on both the internal combustion engine and the electric motors, and is the car's default mode. In this mode, the car's onboard computer, called control logic. I was about to say logistics, but it's logic. Called control logic, also turns off the engine if the conditions are ideal in order to save fuel while allowing the driver to start the engine again. The performance mode keeps the engine running in order to charge the batteries and keeps the car responsive in order for optimum performance. The qualify mode, this one's my favorite one. The qualify mode uses the powertrain to its full potential. The control logic system makes use of 3 primary areas. The high voltage controls of the car, including the batteries. The RAC-E rotation, not like the service, like the car repair service. The RAC-E rotation axis, rotational axis control, which is also electric. Torque vectoring system, and the MGUK, along with the engine and gearbox. So along with both the engine and the gearbox. Next up, we got the powertrain. The SF90 Stradale is equipped with 3 electric motors. That's right, 3 electric motors, adding a combined output of 162 kilowatts, 220 PS, 217 horsepower, to a twin turbocharged 4-liter V8. Usually it's like 3.9, usually 4 liters. So yeah, to a twin turbocharged V8 engine rated at a power output of 574 kilowatts, 780 PS, 769 horsepower. We'll round it up to like 770 horsepower. At 7,500 RPM. The car is rated at a total output of 735 kilowatts, 1,000 PS, 986 horsepower. It's like 700 more than an E36 M3. Round this up is like close to 1,000 horsepower for that car. Not the M3, but the Ferrari. So yeah, rounded up is like close to 1,000 horsepower at 8,000 RPM at a maximum torque of 590 pound-feet, 800 Newton meters at 6,000 RPM. The engine is an evolution of the unit found in the 480 in both the 488 Pista and the F8 Tributo models. The engine's capacity is now 4 liters by increasing each cylinder bore to 88 millimeters, 3.46 inches. Both the intake and exhaust of the engine have been completely modified. The cylinder heads of the engine are now narrower, and the all-new central fuel injectors run at a pressure of 5,100 psi, which is 350 bar. That's just huge. Imagine getting hit by that. You'd just be disintegrated at like 1 second. It'll just flow away. Like a demolished beer can all of a sudden. It's been shot. Just exploded to smithereens. Just like... like that. The assembly for the turbochargers is lower than that of the exhaust system, and the engine sits 2 inches, 15 millimeters lower in the chassis than the other mid-engine V8 models in order to maintain a lower center of gravity. The engine utilizes a smaller flywheel and an inconel exhaust manifold. So for those who don't know what Inconel is, I got the answer right here. Inconel is a nickel chromium based superalloy often utilized in extreme environments where components are subjected to high temperatures, pressure, or mechanical loads. Inconel alloys are both oxidation and corrosion resistant. When heated, inconel forms a thick, stable, passivating oxide layer, protecting the surface from further attack. Inconel retains strength over a wide temperature range, attractive for high temperature applications, where aluminum and steel, so where both aluminum and steel would like combine, I think, to creep as a result of thermally induced crystal vacancies. I think I said it right. I don't know how to spell that. Well, not, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's spelled Vacancies. Crystal vacancies, I think? I don't know. Inconel's high temperature strength is developed by solid solution strengthening or precipitation hardening, depending on the alloy. So, the engine utilizes a smaller flywheel and an Inconel exhaust manifold. The front wheels are powered by two electric motors, one for each wheel, providing torque vectoring. And torque vectoring is a technology employed in automobile differentials that has the ability. So torque vectoring is a technology employed in automobile differentials that has the ability to vary the torque to each half shaft with an electronic system, or in rail vehicles, which achieve the same using individually motored wheels. This method of power transfer has recently become popular in all-wheel drive vehicles, like for example rally cars like the Subaru, the Evo, and all that stuff. So all-wheel drive vehicles. Some newer front-wheel drive vehicles also have a basic torque vectoring differential. As technology in the automotive industry improves, more vehicles are equipped with torque vectoring differentials. This allows for the wheels to grip the road for both better launch and handling. So yeah, the front wheels are powered by two electric motors, one for each wheel, providing torque vectoring. They also function as the reversing gear, as the main transmission. The 8-speed dual clutch does not have a reversing gear. Speaking of the transmission, here we go. The engine of the SF90 Stradale is mated to a new 8-speed dual clutch transmission. The new transmission is 22 pounds, 10 kilos lighter, and more compact than the existing 7-speed transmission used by the other offerings of the manufacturer, partly due to the absence of a dedicated reverse gear, since reversing is provided by the electric motors mounted on the front axle. The new transmission also has a 30% faster shift time of 200 milliseconds. Now we got the interior. A 16-inch curved display located behind the steering wheel displays various vital statistics of the car to the driver. The car also employs a new head-up display that would reconfigure itself according to the selected driving mode. The steering wheel is carried over from the F8, but now features multiple capacitive touch interfaces to control the various functions of the car. Other conventional levers and buttons are retained. The interior will also channel sound of the engine to the driver according to the manufacturer. Next up is handling. The SF90 Stradale employs ESSC, which stands for Electric Side Slip Control, which controls the torque distribution to all four wheels of the car. The ESSC is combined with ETC, Electric Tractional Control, or just I think Electric Traction Control or something. A new brake-by-wire system which combines the a new brake-by-wire system which combines both the traditional hydraulic braking system and electric motors to provide um, both optimal regenerative braking and torque vectoring. So both optimal regenerative braking and torque vectoring. Next up, we got the chassis. The car's all-new chassis combines aluminum and carbon fiber, so both aluminum or aluminium and carbon fiber to improve structural, improve structural rigidity, and provide a suitable platform for the car's hybrid system. The car has a total dry weight of 3,461 pounds, which is 1,570 kilos, after combining the 595 pound, 270 kilo weight of the electric system. Next up is performance. Ferrari states that the SF90 Stradale is capable of accelerating from a standstill to 100 kilometers an hour, 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds, a 200 kilometer an hour, 124 mile an hour, so a 0 to 200 kilometer an hour, 124 miles an hour in 6.7 seconds. That's what most hot hatches would do, like in the 80s and 90s, like 6.7 seconds, even some modern ones. Say like hot hatchbacks, they would do like less than 6-7 seconds, 0 to 60 times. Say in 6.7 seconds, and can attain a top speed of 340 kilometers an hour, which is 211 miles an hour. I believe that's like the same speed as a McLaren 720, I think. Slightly slower than a Ford GT or a Lamborghini Aventador, but still it is fast. Say at 340 kilometers an hour, 211 miles an hour. It's the fastest, I can't even talk. It's the fastest of, oh my god, I can't even talk again. Oh my god. I gotta breathe. Breathe out. It's the fastest Ferrari road car on their Fiorano circuit. In Fiorano Modenese, I think that's how you pronounce it. Fiorano Modenese, I think. It's in Italy. So it's near the Italian town of Maranello. There we go. In Italy. On their Fiorano circuit as of 2020, 0.7 of a second faster than the LaFerrari. Which I might talk about sometime. Who knows? Said than the LaFerrari. Next up is design. The manufacturer claims that the SF90 Stradale can generate 860 pounds, 390 kilowatts, oh my god, 390 kilos of downforce at 250 kilometers an hour, which is approximately 155 miles an hour. Some cars, even like BMWs, will have a limited top speed of 155, simply because of like the ECU tweaks and all that stuff. Say 155 miles an hour, due to new findings in both aero and thermodynamics. The main feature of the design is the twin-part rear wing, which is an application of the DRS, which stands for drag reduction system. Most cars these days would really have that kind of tech. Specifically, the McLaren, for example, the 2013 McLaren P1, it's got a DRS system, which they use in Formula 1. So for those who don't know what DRS stands for, I got the answer for you here. It stands for drag reduction system. So in motor racing, the DRS, which stands for drag reduction system, is a form of driver adjustable bodywork. So it's a form of driver adjustable bodywork aimed at reducing aerodynamic drag in order to increase top speed and promotes overtaking. It's an adjustable rear wing of the car which moves in response to driver commands. DRS often comes with conditions such as the requirements in Formula One. So you have Formula One, that the pursuing car must be within 1 second when both cars cross the detection point. So when both cars cross the detection point for DRS to be activated. DRS was introduced in Formula One in 2011. The use of DRS is an exception to the rule banning any moving parts whose primary purpose is to affect the aerodynamics of the car. So the main feature of the design is a twin-part rear wing, which is an application of the drag reduction system, or DRS, used in Formula One or F1. A fixed element in the wing incorporates the rear lights, the mobile parts of the wing, called shut-off gurney by the manufacturer, integrate into the body by using electric actuators in order to maximize downforce. The SF90 Stradale uses an evolution of Ferrari's vortex generators mounted at the front of the car. The car employs a cab forward design in order to utilize the new aerodynamic parts of the car more effectively, and in order to incorporate radiators or the cooling requirements of the hybrid system of the car. The design is a close collaboration between Ferrari Styling Center and Ferrari engineers. The rear end of the car carries over many iconic Ferrari styling elements, such as the flying buttresses. The engine cover has been kept as low as possible in order to maximize airflow, according to the car's lead designer, Flavio Manzoni. The car's design lies in between that of a spaceship and of a race car. The rear side profile harkens back to the 1960s 330 PE-4. So here's the 330 PE. This one's like one of the best cars ever. This was the car that was used in the Le Mans racing. And here is the P4. These two cars have been used in like the 1960s Le Mans race. So the rear side profile harkens back to the 1960s 330 PE-4. So yeah, P3-4 actually. P3 and P4. Those two cars were used in the Le Mans races before. Next up, we got variants. First off is the SF90 Spider. The SF90 Spider is an open-top variant of the SF90 Stradale, equipped with a retractable hardtop. It's the first Ferrari plug-in hybrid car offered as an open-top variant. It's also the most powerful. That's right. It's also the most powerful non-limited convertible car in the world, having the combined power output of over like 1,000 horsepower. The previous record was held by the Ferrari 812 GTS, which I once talked about months ago. So Ferrari 812 GTS. Performance is very similar to the closed body variant. So closed body variant, and on par with the LaFerrari Aperta from 2016 to 2018. Here it is. This is the Aperta version of the Aperta edition of the LaFerrari. LaFerrari Aperta. Next up, we got the Assetto Fiorano version. The Assetto Fiorano is a modification uh, pack for the SF90 Stradale or Spider. It uses a racing-derived multimatic shocks and lightweight carbon fiber parts embedded in the door panels and underbody. The Assetto Fiorano also employs a lightweight titanium exhaust system and carbon fiber wheels. These measures save 66 pounds, 30 kilos compared to the standard SF90 Stradale. Here's what the Assetto Fiorano looks like. Now this one, it looks fantastic. Well, the Assetto Fiorano edition looks pretty cool. And these are the wheels that's used. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Sorry. Here it is. These are the wheels that were used. And it's wrapped around Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 315/30 ZR20 tires. Next up, we got the SF90. The last one we got is the SF90 XX. The SF90 XX Stradale / Spider is the track focused version of the standard SF90 Stradale / Spider. Unlike the Ferrari FXX, the Ferrari 599 XX, and the Ferrari FXX-K, the SF90 XX Stradale Spider is road legal, although it was track focused. The SF90 XX Stradale Spider is designed to provide one of the most efficient aerodynamic performance of any road legal car in Ferrari's history. So it provides one of the most efficient aerodynamic performance of any road legal car in Ferrari's history. The hybrid power plant used in the SF90 XX Stradale / Spider has a total power output of 758 kilowatts, 1030 PS, 1016 horsepower. So it's like 16 horsepower more than the standard SF90 Stradale. So 1016 horsepower. So it makes 758 kilowatts, 1030 PS, 1016 horsepower, and over 593 pound-feet, 593 pound-feet, 593 pound-feet, 804 newton meters of torque. There we go. Of which 586 kilowatts, 797 PS, 786 horsepower are delivered by the 4-liter twin turbocharged internal combustion engine, or ICE, V8, and 171 kilowatts, 233 PS, 230 horsepower by the electric motor. So by the electric motor. Ferrari will build 799, rounded up as like 800 units of the XX Stradale, and 599 units, rounded up as like 600 units of the XX Spider, and all have been pre-allocated to customers. And that is it, guys. So like 800 and 600. So if I add those up, it's like 1400 in total for these two cars, for those two versions anyway. That will be it, guys. So So yeah, so that is it. Sorry if I didn't do it yesterday. I didn't have time for that, and I was just busy. So I apologize. God. But I will do more in the near future. Up until January, because that's when I'll be ending my chapter for YouTube, because very soon I'll be working. And I'll basically be doing more videos today, actually, because I got a lot planned for this. And so yeah, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Sorry, a notification, seek medical attention, just to check my heart rate and all that stuff, but I'm fine. Anyways, but I just check it from time to time, see how it is. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys like this video, and I gotta get going. So I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe, have a fantastic day, and have a very happy Christmas and a very happy New Year. So have a very happy New Year as well. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.